loose women. Now, research has shown that the cheapest dates in the UK are, wait for it, Geordie lasses. Yes, according to recent research, a Geordie lass is happy to be wined and dined for as little as £26.98 precisely. What a bargain. But when it comes to romance, does a man need to really splash out to make you feel $1 million?
26 quid, that's a fortune in Newcastle. I'd have done it for some chips and a can of Red Stripe on it.
I like the way you say, I'd have done it.
Yeah.
Like the past tense, like you're not that cheap anymore.
Does your Tim splash out? Does it?
He does. Yeah. He has been known to splash out generally. On occasion in the dim and distant past. I just think it depends who you're with, doesn't it, really? Yeah. If you're absolutely madly, besottedly in love with someone, then you're just as happy to have
in a tent.
To have a cheese sandwich in a tent or on the beach. I did once go out with, this is years ago, and it was the only millionaire person that I've ever been out with. And he was from Texas. And on my... I share a birthday with my dear friend Stephen, and it was through Stephen's partner, at the time, Martin, that I'd met this guy. And on our birthdays, they secretly took us to this sort of special part of at the airport at Heathrow or somewhere, and we flew off to Paris for dinner to a restaurant called Le Four restaurant, and that was just... But I thought we were going to Venice for the weekend, because that's what he'd promised me. And it wasn't that I was being ungrateful, but even though they brought out this beautiful swan cake and all with it, had all our friends secretly arrive in Paris, and I was still going, does that mean we're not going to Venice?
You're joking.
We did go to Venice, but having said that, some of the best times I had with him were just, you know, in a hotel room having some...
You see, I used to like being splashed out on, and I still do, I have to say, a little bit. But, I think also... I think...
Change, if you're going to say that you don't like being splashed out on, then you've changed it.
I also think, you know, the more champagne that you drink, you know, the more attractive people get.
No, you know what? You say that.
Yeah.
I tried that.
Have you?
I tried that with this guy. He was really nice, and he used to take me. He used to put loads of thought into our dates. But you know what? I just didn't fancy him.
Well.
And it didn't matter how much I drank. It just... I didn't. I couldn't get past it. And you'd get to that end of the evening, and he'd drop me off at home, and you could see he was so waiting to be invited in. And I was like, bye! I was like a road runner up them stairs. Bolting all the doors, because I just didn't feel it. It didn't matter how much he splashed, I wasn't having it.
That's it, then.
Well, I
was splash-proof.
I was going to say before she rudely interrupted.
Sorry, Sherrie.
I had a mare.
What?
Is this a horse we're talking about now?
No, a mare, you know,
a
mare.
mare.
A mayor.
A mare, yes. I had one of them.
With a gold chain?
Yes.
And an office in Cairns, oh, right.
It's called a mare, isn't it?
A mare.
Yes.
A mare.
Is this a real one or an imaginary one?
And he did splash out on me all the time. He was absolutely fantastic. He was from Cyprus. And so we did...
A Cypriot mare?
Yes. So he splashed out on me in Cyprus, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Are you looking for someone to splash out on you again now?
Yes, I am. Kate. And I would be very happy to put up with him. And have him do that, because that's what I'd like now.
How much splashing would you expect for £26.98?
Well, you know...
The euro's not what it was, Sherrie. Now, if you would like to splash out on the one you love, you can do if you win our competition prize this week, because we're not only giving away a staggering £20,000, but we're also throwing in a paperback copy of our book, Here Comes the Girls.